A suburban house, meticulously kept, with a bright, manicured lawn. Inside, a woman in her early 30s, elegant and poised, admires a new engagement ring on her finger. She smiles with satisfaction. The woman, dressed in mourning clothes, stands beside an open casket at a funeral home. The casket holds a man, her latest fiancé, who appears to have drowned. Mourners offer their condolences while she accepts them with a composed expression. A police detective studies photos and files at his cluttered desk. He focuses on an image of the woman with her 6 different fiancés, each wearing an engagement ring. He looks suspicious and deep in thought. The detective visits the woman's house. She welcomes him inside, offering tea. The detective glances around, noticing framed photos of the woman with various men, all smiling and happy. In the detective's office, he pins pictures and documents to a corkboard. He connects the dots between the woman, her fiancés, and their untimely deaths. A pattern emerges. Each man had drained bank accounts before their deaths. The woman enters a luxurious jewelry store. She exchanges pleasantries with the jeweler and leaves with a new engagement ring. The jeweler watches her go, a hint of unease on his face. The detective interviews the jeweler, who reveals that the woman has bought many engagement rings over the years, each for a different fiancé. The detective's suspicion deepens. The woman sits at her vanity, writing in a beautifully bound diary titled, "How to Say I Love You and Get Away with It." She writes with a serene smile, completely absorbed in her thoughts. The detective obtains a warrant and searches the woman's house. He finds the diary hidden in a drawer. He opens it and reads, his face growing more serious with each page. Flashback. The woman meets her first fiancé at a charming cafe. They laugh and hold hands. The scene shifts to their engagement, his initial joy, and then to his mysterious death. Flashback. The woman meets her second fiancé at a bookshop. They share a love of literature. Scenes of their engagement and his subsequent death follow. Flashback. The woman meets her third fiancé at a charity event. They appear deeply in love. The pattern repeats: engagement, happiness, and then his death. Flashback. The woman meets her fourth fiancé at a beach. They enjoy a romantic sunset together. Their engagement is joyful, but his death soon follows. Flashback. The woman meets her fifth fiancé at an art gallery. They admire paintings together. Their engagement is celebrated, but his death is inevitable. Flashback. The woman meets her sixth fiancé at a park. They share a picnic and laughter. Their engagement seems perfect, but ends in his tragic drowning. The detective confronts the woman with the diary. She maintains her composure, denying any wrongdoing. The detective doesn't believe her, but lacks concrete evidence. The woman is arrested and taken to the police station. She remains calm, her demeanor unchanging. The detective watches her, determined to uncover the truth. The detective reviews the evidence with his team. They discuss the possibility of the woman poisoning her fiancés, but the method remains unclear. The woman sits in an interrogation room, her expression serene. The detective enters, placing the diary on the table. He questions her about the entries, but she remains silent. The detective revisits the crime scenes, searching for overlooked clues. He finds traces of a rare poison in each location, confirming his suspicion. The detective confronts the woman again, presenting the evidence of poison. She finally shows a crack in her composure, a flicker of fear in her eyes. Flashback. The woman prepares a drink for her sixth fiancé, adding the poison with a practiced hand. She watches him drink, a cold smile on her lips. The woman is charged with the murders of her 6 fiancés. She is led away in handcuffs, her once serene demeanor now replaced with a look of defeat. The detective stands outside the courthouse, watching as the woman is taken away. He feels a sense of justice, but also a lingering sadness for the lives lost. The detective returns to his office, pinning the final photo on his corkboard. It's a picture of the woman being led away in handcuffs. He takes a deep breath, ready for the next case. The woman's house stands empty, a for sale sign in the yard. Neighbors walk by, whispering about the dark events that unfolded there. A new family moves into the house, unaware of its history. They bring life and joy back to the home, erasing the shadows of the past. The detective visits the graveyard, placing flowers on the graves of the woman's fiancés. He stands in silent tribute, honoring their memory. The detective receives a commendation for solving the case. He accepts it humbly, knowing the true victory lies in bringing peace to those affected. The detective walks through the park where the woman met her sixth fiancé. He sees couples enjoying the day, reminding him of the fragility of life. The woman's trial begins. She sits in the courtroom, her composure returned. The prosecutor presents the case, detailing her pattern of deception and murder. The jury deliberates, the tension in the courtroom palpable. The detective watches, hoping for justice to be served. The jury returns with a guilty verdict. The woman is sentenced to life in prison. She is led away, her expression unreadable. The detective leaves the courtroom, feeling a weight lifted. He knows the case is closed, but the memories will linger. The detective visits a support group for families of victims. He offers them comfort and reassurance, sharing his own experiences. The woman adjusts to life in prison, her once elegant demeanor now replaced with the harsh realities of incarceration. The detective continues his work, solving new cases and bringing closure to other families. He remains dedicated to his mission of justice. The woman writes in her prison diary, reflecting on her actions. She realizes the depth of her crimes and the lives she destroyed. The detective receives a letter from one of the victims' families, thanking him for his dedication and compassion. He reads it with a sense of fulfillment. The woman's house is sold to a young couple expecting their first child. They renovate the home, filling it with love and laughter. The detective mentors a new recruit, sharing his knowledge and experience. He hopes to inspire the next generation of detectives. The woman spends her days in prison, her once vibrant life now reduced to a series of monotonous routines. She reflects on her choices, feeling the weight of her actions. The detective receives a call about a new case. He grabs his coat and heads out, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The detective's office is filled with photos and mementos from his cases. He takes a moment to reflect on his career, feeling a deep sense of purpose. The woman hears about the detective's continued success. She feels a pang of regret, knowing she will never again experience freedom. The detective visits the woman's old house, now a happy home for the new family. He smiles, knowing that life goes on and new beginnings are always possible. The detective looks out over the city, feeling a sense of peace. He knows his work has made a difference, and he is ready for whatever comes next.